Most people never fail. I see this so much in life. Well, we talk about the people that attempt to go after their goals and dreams. We talk about the people when we see their failures. We talk about people when they come up short. But we never talk about ourselves when we don't even try to attempt to go after our goals and dreams. I saw so many people talk about Dak Prescott in that playoff game when he threw those interceptions. And they said, hey, he's the reason why they lost. Now, if you want my honest opinion, he was a big reason, not the only reason, he was a big reason why, in my opinion. But there's a big but to it. I don't criticize him because I believe he's going to shake back and next year find a way to overcome what he did. That's my personal opinion. Because I believe at the end of the day, he will learn from this. See, most people never give themselves an opportunity to learn from failure because when they fail, let me change that. They never fail because they never even try. See, when you're an athlete, right, you're able to fail and learn from the failure. You're able to adjust. You're able to practice on a weakness in order for it to become a strength. But in life, most people never even attempt to go after their goals and dreams. And if they have one failure, they stop. They never even attempt to do it again. If you try to take a test, let's say you want to be a nurse. Let's say you want to be a doctor. You want to be a plumber. You want to be a lawyer. Anything, whatever it is. If you fail one time at taking that test, you probably never take the test again. But see, that athlete that you watch on TV, they don't have that luxury. They have to come back the next season and try again. And try again. And try again as long as they have the opportunities. You have the opportunity to keep trying to go after your goals and dreams, and you refuse to try. And you see this every single day. And people say, well, they won't hire felons. So I won't even put an application in. Put an application in anyway. Talk to a supervisor anyway. Just because you had a failure in life, that doesn't mean you're a failure. That means that one moment you failed, right? Let's try again. See, we got people that can talk about Mike Tyson and say, well, back in the day, he ended up going there, getting in a bunch of trouble, a bunch of legal trouble. And we talk about him, right? But what about your life? When you had your failures. See, you look over your failures. You look over how you failed. But what if you got talked about just as much as you talk about famous athletes? What if you got talked about just as much as your famous celebrity? You wouldn't like that. But the sad part about it, we live through celebrities. We put more faith and we have more expectation on celebrities than we have on ourselves. How can you have more of an expectation on someone else than you have on yourself? I hear people all the time, they say, well, if I saw Mike Tyson file for bankruptcy or Michael Vick file for bankruptcy because of the mistakes they was making, I don't see how they did that. But you live a life where you get a paycheck, and I'm pretty sure you probably don't have $1,000 to your name. Do you talk about yourself? No, you don't. You'll tell yourself, I don't make enough money. But saving money, you can always find a way to save more money. We have a higher expectation on other people, and we're waiting to see them fail. So we feel good about our own failures. That makes no logical sense to me. In my life, I'm my biggest priority. I'm my biggest priority. You don't see me sitting around talking about other people's failures. Anyone that knows me know I don't sit around talking about other people's failures. I don't. I learn from other people's failures. And I'm pretty sure they're going to learn from their failures because they're going to have, at some point in time, the right group of people going to get around them. You got to get to a point to stop expecting more of others than you expect of yourself. Stop being so quick to judge these youngsters. I've seen people talk about Ja Morant, and they say, oh man, he make too much money to make the mistakes he make. See, I believe Ja Morant gonna learn from his mistake, but are you gonna learn from yours? These are people in their 50s, 60s, 40s. You still making the mistakes Ja Morant making at 23. But you have a higher expectation for him and you say, well, he makes so many millions of dollars. Okay, well, why don't you make more money? Because as soon as you had a failure, you stopped. Because there's no one that wakes up as a child that don't have a dream. I've never been around a kid that don't have a dream. Every child I've ever been around said, hey, I want to be this when I grow up, or I want to be that when I grow up. When you going to want to be something? Just because you're 40, it's not too late. But you're scared to fail. It's not about you being older. You're scared to fail. And as long as you're scared to fail, you won't be able to get to the next level. That's the sad part about life. You have to be willing to fail. You have to be willing to fail. You cannot win in life without being willing to fail. I never forget my father told me that. He said, son, if you want to be wealthy in life, you got to be willing to take chances. And I was so safe, so cautious. And I thought I was doing the right thing. When no one famous that you ever met has not failed. Every single person that's successful has failed. When are you going to start failing? When are you going to stop being scared to fail? You can't. That's what practice is for. That's why you have kids, your young ones, and they might be playing a sport, right? And they practice and they fail. And they practice and they fail. And they practice and they fail. And you know what happens? They keep trying. And they keep trying. And they keep trying. And once they fail so much, guess what starts happening? They start learning. They fail again. They start learning. They fail again. They start learning. And through time, guess what happens? They stop failing. But the only reason why they stopped failing was because they failed so many times. When you see Michael Jordan make that key shot in game 6 of the NBA Finals in 1998, I guarantee you he missed that shot so many times before he made it. See, the only way you perfect something, you get to close to perfection, you have to fail so many times by trying. Whenever you see that little girl that's a great basketball player, and you like, oh, how'd she make all those shots? Because she missed so many shots that you didn't get to see. When you see Kyrie Irving dribble through 3, 4, 5 different people, you wonder, how did Kyrie Irving dribble through all those people? Let me explain to you how. Because of all the times he failed that you didn't see. Me, I'm speaking to you right now. You see me being able to speak to you 10, 15 minutes, right? But how am I able to do this? You didn't see all the failures in the beginning. Go back to my earlier videos. You will see those videos were very short. I couldn't speak for a substantial period of time. 1, I wasn't comfortable. 2, I didn't have enough failures. See, we have to get to a point of trying and failing sometimes. There's nothing wrong with failing. There's something wrong with trying when you don't try. When you stop trying, that's when the problem arises. Just keep trying. Whatever it is you're doing. And I promise you, there's going to be times you're going to want to give up. It's going to be so hard. You're going to want to quit. You're going to want to quit. But if you just keep trying and keep trying and keep trying and keep trying, I promise you, at some point in time, you will succeed. The problem with most people is they never give themselves an opportunity to succeed. Trust me. Try and try and try. And you're going to fail at first. And you're going to fail again. But every time you try, you're going to get a little bit better and a little bit better and a little bit better. And in the end, if you keep trying, you will succeed. My name is Sidney Combs, and I'm a young entrepreneur from Shreveport, Louisiana with $1 and a dream. Thank you. I'm out.